Hi folks, welcome to another bookshelf audit where I scan through my shelves and try to find ways to make some room so I can fit more books in. And I'm looking for duplicates, books that I've read and I'm never likely to read again, books that I'm never going to read, haven't read, never going to read. And as before, you can help me out if you see something that you think is just utter shite and I should get rid of it. I know that's terribly subjective, but you might point it out to me so that I can have a closer look. So today we're going to do the next set of my vintage shelves. There's 6 or 7 short bookshelves, 300 or 400 books, and that completes most of my what I would call vintage paperbacks, A format paperback. Right, this is the next set of books to go through the shelf audit. These are recently added shelves. I'm not hopeful that we'll find a lot on these shelves to discard at this stage, but let's see how we get on. Certainly we can identify what I've read. So on the top shelf there are 84 books. On the next shelf down, I forgot to count them, there are 31 books on the second shelf. I don't know where the post-it note for that has gone. And then on the next one there are 71. On the one down below that there are 61. Then 53, it's a short shelf, and then 63, and then 60 on the bottom shelf. So I don't know how many that is. A few hundred anyway. Let's see. Yeah, maybe 400. So let us take a closer look. So on the top shelf here, these are all anthologies, and in theory I have notions of reading lots of them and becoming a short story legend, but in practice I wonder if I'm actually going to do that. So look, I can already see there's 2. I had notions of collecting a set of these Spectrum books. I particularly like these ones, but I don't need 2 copies of the same book, so that's a discard as a result. I've only heard of Bob Shackley on that one, and it's a bit shitty condition. I don't know, it's a pretty tricky one. So that can go. I'm never going to read that. That I'll probably keep. That I'll keep. Probably keep that. Cool cover, keep that. Maybe I'll have another look at that. That I should probably keep. It's a bit of a new wave thing. Nebula's got a bum tree, that's going to be kept. Penguin Science Fiction Omnibus. Swords Against Tomorrow. I'm never going to read that. New Worlds. Don't know if I'll... Oh, New Worlds 4. Is that the same book? They look a lot like they are the same books. New Worlds 4, but they in fact aren't. They contain different stories, so I don't know what's going on there. It's another New Worlds. It's got, looks like a segment from Pavane. Probably keep that. Astounding, that's probably quite important. Hugo winners. Now then, I wonder which... I'm going to have a look at what that covers, because I've got a few of the Hugo winners books. I'm going to keep that to one side. World's Best SF 1. Oh, I don't know. 8th Galaxy Reader. Is that all? That's edited by Poll. I'm going to keep the Andromeda and the Continuum for sure, and I'm going to keep the Novas. Yeah, so I'm going to keep the Andromedas and the Continuums and the Novas. So a pleasing full set. Harrison and Aldous. I've got 1, 4, 5. See, there's a temptation to collect the set, and I don't know how many there are. Could be loads. I've got not quite the full set of the new writings in SF. and I shall keep them. Yeah, see, that's that. There's another Hugo book there, so I'll have to compare those to see if... So they aren't actually the same books. This contains a selection from a few decades, and this is the winners for just a couple of years. And there's another one. Ooh, so maybe I think that will be a different version of that. So there's probably a duplicate there. So I'll check that and confirm. All right, so it's not a total disaster. There's a few discards and a couple of duplicates maybe. So not a total loss. I haven't been reading enough short story fiction. I need to fix that soon. Let's see what we've got on here. Outlaw of Gore. I'm never going to read that. The Ant-Men. Never going to read that. It's Buck Rogers. I'll keep that. Frederick Pohl, not sold on, but I quite enjoyed Gateway. It wasn't awesome, but it was quite good. Isn't Man Plus by Frederick Pohl? And if so, where's it gone? Yeah, look, they're all out of order. Gormenghast, I haven't read it. Will I ever read it? I think that's quite an important trilogy. I think I'll keep it. Pornell, I like. I particularly want to read King David's Spaceship. It's meant to be good. Robert Randall, I think, is a pseudonym for Robert Silverberg. Keith Roberts' books are a recent acquisition and I want to keep those, so no discards there. I'm happy with that shelf. Now on this shelf, this is a no-brainer. These are all the Pan lozenges. And I don't yet have a full set. I'm still aiming to collect a full set of 80. I've got about 25 to go, something like that. So those are untouchable. Frederick Pohl, The World at the End of Time. I don't know who Rick Raphael is. I'd quite like to read a bit of Berserker's action, actually. Robert Sheckley, I've never read any Sheckley. I should. Now, Perry Rodan, there's a dangerous slippery slope here. Because there are thousands of those, although only, I think, 35 or 6 were published in the UK. There's books like this in the Futura, is it? And I've only got 4 of them. The covers are cool though. I believe they're Chris Foss covers actually. Yeah. So Logic says I should get rid of those as I'm never going to collect the full set. But part of me is thinking, well, why not? Why not collect the full set? So, despite the fact there's more than 30 to go, what am I doing? They're not meant to be very good. So why am I keeping them? There's a possible discard right there. I have to think about that. Right, so let's see what's going on here. I'd like to read those. Keep that. That I'd like to read as well. Charles Sheffield, never anything by him. Probably should. Bob Shaw is Sacrosanct. That you can't get. Well, you can get that book for, but for pretty big money. I came across it in a charity shop, I think. So I should keep those. So Bob Shaw is untouchable. Clifford Simak is untouchable, but I've probably got duplicates. So let's see. I've got quite a few of his. Let's see. Werewolf Principle. I've definitely got more than one copy of that. Don't need to keep that. I've probably got more than one copy of Shakespeare's Planet, have I? Let's see. Time and Again. Yeah, see, I've got 2 of Time and Again. I can get rid of that. Shakespeare's Planet, yep, so I can get rid of that as well. Doing pretty well. That's 3 off of this shelf. Have I got another copy of City? No. All fresh. I do have All Fresh as Grass though, so that can go. Destiny Doll. Do I have Destiny Doll? I do not. I Call Them Back from Heaven. Have I got that twice? No. But okay, well that's pretty good going. There's 4 there that can go carefully on the discard pile. So Bob Silverberg is untouchable. I don't know why George Smith is there. I'll put him over here. Yeah, so only if I've got duplicates, which I don't think I do, would I get rid of anything from Mr. Silverberg. I haven't yet read a bad one, so let's not spend any time there. Planet Buyer. Now, I think I'm right in saying that that is forms part of Nostralia. I need to check that. If it is, I've already got a copy of Nostralia, so perhaps I don't need to keep both. Same goes for that. I'm not sure about the Family D'Alembert. I like the covers, Chris Foss again. But E. Smith didn't even write them. Steve Godin wrote them. And I don't have a full set. I think there's 10 or 9 of them. I've only got 6. So that's possible. I've read one of the Lensman books and I thought it was pretty rubbish. So I might not keep the Lensman books. Have I got any duplicates? Don't think so. Yeah, I don't know. I'm inclined to keep the E. Smiths just because of their sort of classic value, but objectively the books, well, the one that I've read is just objectively not very good. So what do I know? 4-Day Weekend, Spoonmad I'll keep. That's a really bad copy of Solarians, but I'll keep it as I don't have another. And then we're into Brian Stableford's. I'll keep those. Bruce Sterling, keeping that. Sturgeon, Paul Tabori. What does that look like? Another Sterling, George Stewart. It's not a very good copy, but it's a great book. Tiptree I'm keeping. Stableford, Sturgeon, E.C. Tubb. It's a little bit like the Doc Smith or the Perry Rodans. The sort of collector itch in me because they've got numbers on them. There'll be those of you that know exactly what I mean. Because they've got numbers on, I am feeling very inclined to collect the lot. This is the Doomeress saga. I don't know. It's painful, isn't it? Let's see, what have we got here? Tiptree, definitely keeping that. That's another E.C. Tubb. Is that one of the Doomeress books? Don't think so. There's another one. Wilson Tucker. And then we're into Van Vogt's. And if I've got duplicates, I can get rid of them, but I don't think I have. Let me know if you spot one. He was certainly very prolific, so I've got an awful lot of them. And then we're into Jack Vance, who, again, is sort of untouchable. If I've got duplicates, I'll get rid of them, but I don't think I have. I'll tell you what I'd happily get rid of. Kurt bloody Vonnegut. The only reason I'm hanging on to Slaughterhouse 5 is because so many people told me it's the best thing since sliced bread, and I've only read one book, and that was Sirens of Titan. I thought it was terrible, and I think it just maybe doesn't appeal. But I'll keep that for now. Talking of Sirens of Titan, there's a shitty old vintage one, but I've got that in the Sci-Fi Masterworks, so I'll just keep that. A few David Webbers, I've read those too. They were alright. Worth keeping. Don't know about that. Or that. Jack Williamson. Those are Legions of Space books, I think. And that's a relatively recent Jack Williamson, I think from the early 2000s. Colin Wilson, I strongly suspect, is not going to be my cup of tea. I've only read one Robert Charles Wilson, Darwinia, and it started strong and then faded for me, but I hear good things about a couple of his other books, so I'll keep those. Gene Wolfe is sort of untouchable, in the same category as Jack Vance, probably. And then, so John Windham is where there may be opportunities, because I've actually got 4 different sets of John Windham books on the go. There's the what's his name? Harry Wilcott covers, that's those. And then there's the Peter Lord covers, that's those ones, which those are my favourite. And then there's these ones down at the bottom, which are from the late 80s or early 90s. Those aren't as nice, actually. Do you know what? I could get rid of those. I don't need 4 sets. I'm big enough to admit that I don't need 4 sets. Those can go, probably. And then I'll pursue collecting the Harry Wilcock and the Peter Lord covers. How about that? That was brave and grown up of me, don't you think? Zuma Bradley. Am I ever going to read that? That looks distinctly... legendary Shara. Far Off Terran Empire. So it's not... I thought it might be fantasy, but... The newest book in the Mighty Chronicles... Okay, so it is Darkover related. I'm reserving judgment on Darkover until I've actually read 1 or 2 of them. Zelazny, never read anything of him. Got a few. And then Yevgeny Zamyatin is sort of pre-1984 dystopia book that I ought to read. So, although I didn't think that was going to be very fruitful, there are a few discarded books which I can sell on to somebody else. Not bad, not bad. Hello once more. Thank you for putting up with me looking at my shelves. I did make some room. There were probably 10 or 15 books from that little exercise, so worth doing. I hope that was interesting for you. And as always, thank you for watching, and until next time, goodbye.